Yeah, well, welcome. Many thanks indeed for calling through. Going to be a free bet time for you today. I'm going to give you a free £10 bet. That means you don't have to pay for it. Normal price would be £10 for this one, and I'm going to give you absolutely free of charge. Well, that bet is going to follow up another bet that I gave you free of charge on a horse called Hello Johnny, which absolutely bolted up in Ireland a little while ago, a couple of weeks ago or something like that, 10 days. This is the next free bet I've given you since that winner, which absolutely hammered home. This one's provisionally been put in around about 6 to 1 to your money, and I shall be giving you that bet free of charge. Normally I go straight on the nose, but 6 to 1, I've got to be on each way. Can't see it being out of the frame, but I can see it winning. Normally, as I say, it's a £10 PayPal bet or bank to bank, but it is a free bet for you coming up on this channel in just a few moments' time. There's also 4 other horses I want to talk to you about, which I'm going to give you free of charge. Have you noticed I've got my smart waistcoat on today? If I keep the payments up, they say I can get some sleeves for it as well. Be handy, wouldn't it? Yeah, especially this cold weather, isn't it? Going cold out there. Right, listen, I've got 2 bets at Nottingham, and I've got one at Nottingham, sorry, 2 bets, 1 at Nottingham and 1 at Kempton. Now, the other 2 bets I'm going to give you, because I've got 4 free bets, well, 5 with the £10 free bet, are both at Dundalk over in Ireland. The prices for the Dundalk horses are not yet out, so we're going to have to trust in the Lord on that one, but they should be very, very good, so I'm looking forward to that. So I'm going to give you a Yankee or a Lucky 15 or back them individually, and I fancy these 4 very, very strong indeed. I really do like these horses. It's a midweek Wednesday belting set of bets. I tell you, I'm really confident, not least about the £10 bet. So, but remember, it's nothing at all. You don't have to pay for that one. I'm going to give it you free of charge as a VIP loyalty bonus. Well, you're not a VIP loyalty bonus if you haven't bought a bet off me before, but I know hundreds and hundreds have. So I'm going to give you another chance to have a sneak preview of what those hundreds and hundreds of people do buy off me. Not everyone can win, but a lot of them do. And I think this has got an outstanding chance, and I'm going to give it you absolutely free of charge, down to Larkin, as they say, absolutely for nada. Right, but first of all, before I give you a free bet, and it is a free £10 bet, it would be normally 10, as I say, but it's absolutely down to nothing, 0. I'm going to take you to Dundalk for a meeting on midweek. They don't normally have them on Wednesday, but they have done this time. Normally it's on Fridays, of course, but we're going to go on a midweek Wednesday, and we're going to go to the 4:30. And if you've got your pens and papers, I'll zoom you through these 2 very, very strong bets on the sand at Dundalk. The first horse I like is in a 7 furlong handicap, and the horse is number 6. It's called Irish Act. 17 runners go to post, but I like this horse very much indeed. It's trained by a very, very warm trainer indeed, James Macaulay, and ridden by one of the best jockeys in Ireland, Billy Lee. Now, this horse runs off a mark of 52. It's going in a handicap for the first time, so the assessor's not really got much to go on, but I've got something to go on, and I think Irish Act's going to take the world a beating. I really do. Stepping up in trip to 7 furlongs is going to be really, really handy for this 3-year-old, and he gets my vote, this gelding, number 6, Irish Act. Not really got much to say too much about it. It's had 3 runs, 5th of 9, 6th of 14, and 9th of 13. Billy Lee rode it the first twice, and then it went off at a clickety-click 66 to 1 chance, and finished down the Kent. Not surprised there. Finished 9th, as I say, of 13. Went off at 66 to 1, but over 6 furlongs it was never going to be the right trip. But now they've got the handicap mark for this horse. Returns to Dundalk, where it ran first time up when Billy Lee rode it. And it ran all right when 5th of 9, first time up. I thought that was a decent run. Billy Lee got to know it, as I say. He rode it the next time as well. And then last time out to get the handicap mark, it finished down the Old Kent Road to a huge price, clickety-click. But Irish Act, no doubt about it, on its first run, when it ran in a claiming maiden race, and Billy Lee rode it, it didn't get beat that far, about 4 lengths, but started to come through at the end and was learning what it's got to do without Lee moving a muscle on it. And I think this horse now is handicapped to win first time up. It's really got a great chance. Number 6, it's called Irish Act. I'm just checking again, but the bookmakers haven't priced it up yet. But I'm going each way in the 47 to 65 rated 4:30 race at Dundalk. So that's your first bet of the day, and that one is a free bet. I'll give you that free £10 bet in a moment or two, but I need to give you this other horse at Dundalk first in the 5:05. Okay, so if you turn to that, if you've got that, or if you've got your pens and paper, the 505 is a 17-runner race. And again, very, very difficult to decipher. However, there's a horse in here I've had my eyes on for some time. I believe it's got 7 zeros next to its name. 7 big zeros. But it has got the tongue tie on for the first time and the headgear on for the first time, eye shields. And number 3, Never Back Down is its name. It's called Never Back Down. It's horse number 3. It's got a lot to say about it, although the form figures show 7 zeros. That doesn't bother me. In fact, I really like the fact that it's got 7 zeros because it means it's been dropping down the handicap. And the last time it ran was off 58 on the all-weather. And the time before that on the all-weather, both at Dundalk, it was off 63. So it's come down £7 since it twice ran ago at Dundalk. Ben Martin Cohen takes them out for Joseph Anthony Murray. Ben Martin Cohen often rides for Johnny Murtagh, very, very talented former apprentice and now a fully fledged jockey. And I think he could pop up on this one, number 3. It's called Never Back Down. Ran well at Dundalk last time up, went 7th of 13. That was a really, really strong handicap that day. One was off a mark of 58. I'd say now it's come down to 56. Looks to have a first-rate chance of, certainly running a big race. And I'm sure it's going to be a big price with 7 zeros next to its name. It really is handicapped to pop up sooner or later. I think it could be sooner, i.e. tomorrow. That would be lovely. And number 3, Never Back Down, is the 505 at Dundalk, is the horse I'm very sweet on there. So the price is not yet known, but it should be 12, 14, maybe 16s. It should be around that mark, one would think. Okay, so I've got 2 more to give you. And I've also got this £10 bet. So where do we go first? Well, hold on for the tenner bet. Stay with me a minute more. The tenner bet, by the way, runs at one of my home tracks, Chepstow, where I lived for about 10 years in Chepstow. Fantastic place. Loved it with all my heart. It's, kindred spirit there. Souls attached to it. It's a wonderful place, Chepstow, and the track is brilliant as well. They used to have a wonderful Sunday market on the racetrack there. Well, not on the racetrack, on the sort of where the bookmakers used to stand in front of the grandstands. It used to get packed. That was a Sunday market. They've seemed to have gone down the pan now, the Sunday markets. I don't know if there's many markets where you live, but that was a big market, that one. And anyway, I've got a horse there, and I think it will do the business. I like it a lot, and so I'm going to give it as a £10 bet, but it's free. Right, go to the 346 at Nottingham for the 3rd bet of these 4 I want to talk about. And the 346 there is it's a 5 furlong dash, and the horse I like there is number 3. It's called Evasive Power. I've not got a price on this one at the moment, but it'll be a fair price, like all the horses I give you. And I think this horse, trained by Robin Brisland, ridden by Charlie Bennett, has a great chance off a mark of 60. The strong pace is going to really be in its favour, and I think it's got everything in its favour to run a big race, and I'm going each way on it. Ran well last up at Windsor on the 3rd of October and finishing 4th in a big field behind a horse called Vape. And I think Evasive Power has to go close in this 17-run affair. The bookmakers are going to be paying first 4, obviously, or first 5. And I think it should be in the frame worst way. And I'll be disappointed if it doesn't just about nearly win. Number 3, Evasive Power. And that's the one to be on there in the 346 at the meeting at Nottingham. So one more to give you, and this £10 bet. Let me give you the £10 bet to certainly not delay it any further for you, but stay with me because the last horse I've got runs at Kempton Park, and that's about a 5-to-1 chance, and I'm all over that one, and it will help you back these in doubles, trebles and accumulators. You might want to have a Super Yankee or a Canadian on these 5 because they're all attractive prices, they really are. So you may want to put them in a multi bet. Lucky 15, lucky 31, something like that. That could be the way to go. I'll leave that with you. I'll just give you hopefully the winners, and you back them however you think fit and what your favourite types of punts are. So the free bet I'm going to give you, which I say over and over again, but which is normally £10, but going to cost you nothing at all, is in the 352 at Chepstow. The 352. Now, this horse is stepping up in trip from 2 miles, and I've been waiting for that to happen, and I get my wish because it's going over just about 2.5 miles, 2 miles, 3.5 up Chepstow's Hill. It's more like 2.6. And the horse I'm talking about is number 11, and it goes, as I say, in the 352 at Chepstow. The horse is called Karakaram. Karakaram. Sounds like a magician, doesn't it? Karakaram. Yeah, well, Karakaram has got everything it needs to win this race and running really, really over trip, which is absolutely perfect for it. And the trainer, Grace Harris, who's very astute, has booked Joe Anderson to ride it, who's rode it the last twice. He claims £7 and off a mark of 85 with his £7 claim as well. This horse is not going to be carrying almost anything, about 10 stone 1 with his claim, because it was penciled to carry 10 stone 8. So it's really well in at the weights. And I'm really, really liking Karakaram, very much indeed. Runs in a 0 to 105 race. I think this race is there for the taking. It doesn't look that strong to me. And I think going up in trips can only improve Karakaram's performance. But it's been running all right. Last time up, it ran third, I beg your pardon. And that was at this track in 16 runners behind a horse called Walk in the Woods. Now, that race was run quite fast and just got a bit outpaced Karakaram, but then it started to come again at the death and just ran out of real estate. But, you know, the seriousness now, it's up half a mile, which this horse is really going to stay on when the other is quite enough. And this is a free bet for you. I'm going each way because the bookies are going to be paying out first. Well, I should pay first 4 on this one, even though there's only 12 runners. I think they're going to pay first 4, but I think it'll be in the 3 anyway. So I'm going for that one as my free bet. I'd say normally a cock and a Norman 10, but you're going to get it for now. Number 11, Karakaram is the one there, and very, very, very strong on that one indeed. I've told you the reasons. Up in trip, everything seems set fair for it. The claim is on board. It's carrying no weight at all, and I think it's going to be a good performance, this one. Whatever beats this one, we'll have to put a good performance. Karakaram, number 11 in the 352 at Chepstow. Final bet of the day coming up. It runs actually in the evening session at the meeting at Kempton Park. Now, if you go to the 7 o'clock at KP, Kempton Park, horse number 2, it's called Apollo 1, is my idea of the one what's going to rock it home, pardon the pun. Number 2, Apollo 1, trained by P. Charambulus and J. Clutterbuck. Wow, sounds like a firm of funeral directors, doesn't it? Charambulus and Clutterbuck, you wouldn't want to ring them up. Richard Kingscote rides the horse. And this horse is down in grade significantly to a 0 to 95 and coming to hand. It ran really well last time up at Chelmsford, went 3rd of 9 in a real good contest. William Buick rode the horse, and this is a much lower and worse contest. And I think in this horse has got an outstanding chance, got a good draw, drawn 4. You don't want to be drawn high at Kempton around this track. And this is going to take a lot of licking. Number 2, Apollo 1 each way to rock it home, as they say. So for a mark of 94, dropped £1 since its last run, dropped to a 0 to 95 from a 0 to 105. So everything's in its favour. And I think Apollo 1, around 5 to 1's a cracking each way bet, I really do. So I'll just run through them again for you. Number 6, Irish Act each way in the 4:30 Dundalk, first time in a handicap. Never Back Down, I love that horse. 8 zeros, forget that, it's ready to win. Number 3, Never Back Down, it is ready to win. Number 3, Never Back Down, 505 Dundalk. Karakaram is your free bet. It's your free one. 352 at Chepstow, South Wales course, which I absolutely love. And number 3, Evasive Power in the 346 at Notts, trained by Robin Brisland. That got a good chance, no doubt about that. And number 2, Apollo 1 to do the business and to finish the lift-off of the bookies' cash once again. Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I've been with you, and it's fantastic. Not every bet I can give you can win, but I do tip an untold amount of winners, and the majority of them are very big prices indeed, just like all those 5 horses running tomorrow. I wish you the very best of luck, and I'll be back with you, God willing, at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. Sleep well, enjoy your evening, and we'll do it again then.